Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I am going to take you through my diet that I'm going to follow to get shredded for the next few weeks because summer's coming up and also I'm looking to put on some lean muscle. So I'm not quite happy with the starting point of body fat right now. So I'm going to show you the diet, the calories, the macros that I'm going to use to cut down before building some muscle slowly back up again. So make sure, if you haven't done already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
So just to let you know that my brand new ebook called The 6-Step System for Men to Get Shredded for Summer is now available free to download in the description below.
So I think it's best if we start off by looking at the basics of fat loss. Now, your body works by burning body fat, losing body fat through energy balance. Now, energy balance is input versus output in the form of calories, which is known as energy, okay? Now, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which means you need to be eating less calories to lose body fat. Now, when I say less calories, you need to be eating less than what your maintenance calories are. So it's called maintenance calories because if you have the amount of calories for you individually to maintain body weight, okay, then it's likely that your body composition is near enough going to stay the same. You're not going to gain weight. You're not going to lose weight because you are eating your maintenance calories. Now, the way to work out your maintenance calories is there are lots of different calculators online that you can use. Just pick one, and then what I would do is once you've worked out your maintenance calories, then I would trial those calories for a week, which is what I'm going to be doing for the next 7 days. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be eating the same amount of calories each day for the next 7 days, and my calories are 2,300, so 2,300 calories, because lately my job's become more sedentary because I'm an online coach. I'm spending a lot more time sat down at the laptop, and to be honest with you, I haven't tracked my calories in quite a while now. So I'm kind of guesstimating it based on doing the calculation. 2,300 calories is what I'm going to consume for the next 7 days, and I predict that I will probably lose a little bit of weight, okay, because it's either maintenance or just under maintenance, because obviously, apart from fairly recently, I haven't been training anywhere near the same as what I was because Boris Johnson decided to close the whole of the UK for the last couple of months, including gyms. So 2,300, and the reason that I'm weighing myself every day is because your weight can fluctuate on a daily basis, okay? So in the 7 days, I am not going to be, jumping the gun, and if tomorrow on 2,300 calories I lose weight, I'm not going to say, yay, that's definitely a calorie deficit. And the same if in one day my weight jumps up, I'm not going to say, oh no, I'm in a calorie surplus, because I want to look at the average weight lost, gained, or maintained in the space of 7 days. So in 5 days out of the 7, if I've lost weight, it's likely that 2,300 calories puts me in a calorie deficit. If in the space of 7 days, most days out of the 7, I gain weight, it's likely that you're in a calorie surplus. And if most days out of the 7, it pretty much stays the same, it's likely that they are my maintenance calories. So that's what I recommend you to do first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trial those calories because I think it's either maintenance or just under. So that being said, about the trial week to try out your maintenance calories, weigh yourself every day, that is just one of the strategies in my new ebook that is linked below in the description. It's called The 6-Step System for Men to Get Shredded by Summer. It is a free ebook, but I've put a lot of effort into it to try and help you guys out there to learn new techniques, new strategies to lose body fat quicker in time for a certain event like summer, like a wedding, like going to the beach, like going on a holiday, without having to sacrifice social events, without having to eat clean, where you can still enjoy time with the family, but get shredded and see real results. That link is in the description. Make sure you download it. You're going to find it useful. So, next, let's get on to the macros and the plan of action ahead. So, macros, I like to work out my protein by body weight. So, as a rule of thumb, I recommend multiplying 2 by your body weight in kilos. That should get you near enough the right amount of protein that you need in grams. However, because I am going to be in a fat loss phase, I'm going to increase it to multiplying 2.2 by my body weight, which is around about 76 kilos. So I'm going to be consuming around 175 grams of protein per day. Fats, I like to work this out as a percentage. So if you work out your calories, which for me is 2,300, 15 to 25%, maybe 30% max of those calories should be fats. It might work out better for some people differently, but for me, I have worked out my fats at 20% of 2,300 calories. Then, because there's 9 calories per 1 gram of fat, then you divide those calories by 9, which takes me to around about 50 grams of fat per day. And the rest of the calories that are left, divide that by 4, because there's 4 calories per 1 gram of carbs. And the carbs make up the rest, which comes to 285 grams of carbs a day. Those are the macros, okay? And after this week, they will probably change, because as long as I know that I'm either at maintenance calories from the trial week, or I am slightly under maintenance and I'm in a calorie deficit, I'm going to go more aggressive and consume about 2,000 calories a day. Because what I like to do with myself and most of my clients is I like to start off by going quite aggressive with a calorie deficit, okay? And then as you get leaner and it becomes harder to lose weight because your metabolism adapts, it's harder to lose body fat, then I would slow down the deficit maybe to a 200, 150 calorie deficit, maybe add in what we call a refeed day, where one day of the week we're not in a complete deficit, we take your calories back up to maintenance, but only when I and other people are lean enough to do so. Now let's get into the actual fat loss diet itself. So if you didn't know, I'm a very big fan of flexible dieting. Now, flexible dieting does not mean that you can be that flexible with the foods that you can have McDonald's every day. You can have full English in the morning. You can have as much fizzy drinks as you want, as long as they fit your macros, like a more if it fits your macros type of diet. That is not what flexible dieting is or should be. Flexible dieting means that you can have more of a variety of good foods, and you can be more flexible with the meals that you have, as long as 80% of the time you are having good protein sources such as chicken, eggs, fish, prawns, steak, beef, turkey sausages, turkey mince, egg whites, whey protein, vegan protein, a type of protein supplement. 80% of the time, your protein sources, you can be flexible with how you make up your meals from those protein sources. You can be flexible with your carb sources, as long as 80% of the time they are coming from more single ingredient foods like sweet potato, pasta, rice, white potato, things like quinoa, things like your fruits, banana, berries, apples. So all those types of carbohydrates, oats, porridge, So, you have a variety that you can be flexible with throughout the day, along with your good fats as well, from things like olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado, peanut butter, flaxseed oil, all those types of fats. You can get a good amount of meals, a good variety of meals, where you can still make them taste tasty, even when you're dieting, and you can be flexible with them. Bearing that in mind, maybe on the weekend, you could have a little bit of a treat. Yeah, so the other 20% of the time, you can have a little bit of a treat, but it depends how much of a calorie deficit you are in. So if you are a small female and you're on like 1,200, 1,400 calories a day, and you decide to have a cheeseburger, that might be 800 calories, which means you're going to be starving for the rest of the day. You've only got 600 calories left. So bear in mind how many calories you have for the day, okay? But for me, 2,000 calories, that's quite a big deficit. It's not that many calories for a man my size. But on a refeed day, I'm going to bump that up to about 2,700, 2,800 calories. So if I do decide to have one cheat meal, not a cheat day, and it comes to close to 800,000 calories even, then that's okay, because I've got a good amount of calories to play with, and I can still hit my protein targets for the day, still hit my macros, and it's only one day, and psychologically, it can make me feel better because it's something to look forward to, and it could even give me more energy to go back into pushing through the diet again the week after. So that is pretty much the setup of the foods that I'm going to be consuming. So I will be tracking my food in MyFitnessPal. Now, obviously, really you should be tracking your calories, especially when you're looking to lose body fat, because if you don't know how many calories are going in there, then how are you going to know that you're definitely on track to lose weight and lose fat? That's why it's essential to have a calorie tracking tool or app like MyFitnessPal to track your foods in. So the foods that you see to the side of me are known as single ingredient macros. So what I mean by that is most of the carbohydrate sources, such as oats, sweet potato, rice, they are going to be made up of mostly purely carbohydrates. The protein sources, eggs do have a little bit of fat, but mostly protein. Chicken, the turkey sausages, tuna, Greek yogurt, all of those things, are mostly going to be made up of protein. Then when it comes to the fats, extra virgin olive oil, the low-cal spray, avocado, peanut butter, literally purely made up of fats. So I want you to make most of your diet up from these types of single ingredient foods, because it's going to be a lot easier for you to track your food in MyFitnessPal. Okay? Oh, my son's interrupting. Yes? You want a strawberry? You want a strawberry? So most of my diet is made up of these types of protein, carb, and fat sources. Now and again, I might have a little bit of a treat, but it depends on how many calories you're on. If your calorie deficit is 2,800, 300 calories, fair enough. You could afford maybe to have a donut, burger, a few more beers. But for me, because my calorie deficit is quite low, 2,300, next week going to 2,000, I don't have that many calories to play with. And also it's going to be a lot better for health, and single ingredient foods are a lot easier to track, okay? Because a lot of the processed foods, or if you buy, a meal like spaghetti carbonara or something like that, it's going to have a lot of mixes of ingredients, different chemicals, different protein, carbs, fats, and when you have to calculate on MyFitnessPal how much protein, fat, or carb you have left for the day, it's going to be much easier if you are consuming the sources that are just made up purely of protein, purely of carb, purely of fat. So then you can see much easier, oh, I've got that much left for the day. So a bit more detail on the actual foods themselves, how I go about my day. So normally I will make my breakfast up of the turkey sausages with some eggs, scrambled, maybe 2 egg whites, 2 eggs, about 3 turkey sausages. That gives me a good amount of protein in the morning. I don't usually consume carbs unless I am working out in the morning, but I like to add a little bit of tomato, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, give the egg some flavour, scramble it up, and it is delicious. Or you can switch it round, maybe chop the sausages up, mix that with chopped onion, tomato and garlic, and just have the eggs separately. It's up to you how you do it. I like to have it that way. Then, if I am working out in the morning, I will have a couple of 100 grams of oats with some berries in the morning. Now, I usually like to get my fruits, especially when I'm pretty low calorie, from berries, because it gives you a good amount of carbs, very healthy, antioxidants, but one of the lowest calories, one of the lowest calorie carbohydrate sources there is probably going to be blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Okay. Now and again, I might have an apple or banana, you know, especially if I'm on 2,300 calories, I can get away with it. But if I want to be consuming, you know, a good amount of variety of fruit a day, I don't want to be having, you know, a banana, an orange, an apple, fruits that are higher calories. So the lower my calories, once they go definitely to 2,000 or lower, I might have the odd apple now and again as a snack, but most of the time, especially if I'm going to work out in the morning, I'm going to have oats, I will have some berries with the oats as well. Okay? So it depends on you as a person, it depends on the amount of calories that you are consuming, to be honest. The lower calories that you've got to play with, you want to be having, you know, less oils, less butters, maybe using more low calorie spray. You've got to be careful with the amount of fruit you have. So it depends, but in general, these are going to be the basically rule of thumb foods that are going to help you where you need to be 80% of the time, apart from when you want to have a little bit of a treat. Okay, so then if I am working out in the morning, like I said, I will have the oats. If I'm not, then I will probably, if I'm working out late morning, 11 o'clock, I might still have some oats because I'm on 2,300 calories. I might have a little bit of peanut butter in there, a little bit of honey, some berries, obviously not as well as the breakfast time. This is only if I'm working out a bit later, I'll push the oats back and have it like that. Then what I'll do is, if I'm working out mid-afternoon time, I won't have any oats, and then I could afford maybe to snack on a banana with some Greek yogurt, just to increase the protein, because I'm not really having a protein supplement at the minute, and some apple, mix that in. But most days of the week, it will be minimum 1 banana and berries, or 1 apple and berries, getting the fruits in. I am taking vitamin C supplements at the minute. You know, obviously it is best to get most of your vitamins, your minerals from food sources. However, when you're going pretty low calorie, you know, I like to get mine from certain supplements, especially because orange is quite a high calorie fruit. I haven't got that many carbs to play around with. Okay, then we're going to take a look at more of the mid-afternoon snacks going in towards the evening, what I will have after my workout and during the day. Okay, here's my head chef.
plating me a lovely meal. So this is the peri rub dry seasoning chicken with a little bit of rice. So most of the time when I'm dieting, it'll be chicken or turkey, bit of dry seasoning, cooked in olive oil, so that counts as a bit of the good fats, and rice. So there's about, I think, 120 grams of chicken mixed in there, and 100 grams, just over 100 grams of rice as well, all mixed in. And yeah, sometimes might have a bit of broccoli on the side, or if it's later on the day, no carbs. But I'm gonna go to the gym shortly, so I'm just having some rice for now. But usually it would be some sort of vegetable as well. So here we have sweet potato, tuna, broccoli. So this is more if I go to the gym mid-afternoon towards the evening. This will be a kind of post-workout meal with a bit more vegetables now, and obviously a lower calorie carbohydrate with a bit more fiber in the skin. So as the day gets a bit later and I'm dieting, that is, I normally go for either sweet potato or vegetables as a source of filling me up, no carbohydrates. I go for the sunflower oil tuna. Some people can go for the ones in brine because there's less fat, but that is for wimps. So no, I'm joking, but it's fine as long as you're tracking your calories, you're in a calorie deficit. Gives a little bit more flavour, so that is one of my other meals.
Now, the main thing is that you're hitting your calories, you're in a calorie deficit, and you're getting the right amount of protein for you, at least 2 times your body weight in kilos to get to your protein amount in grams. Those are the 2 most important things that you need to be focusing on. However, a couple other things help as well that I like to do. I do like to get up early. I do like to have a breakfast. Okay, some people don't, but I do like to have a breakfast. Most of the time it's higher protein. I will leave the carbs unless I'm going to work out very early. I do that quite rare, but I like to space my meals out every few hours. Okay, now some people like to have maybe bigger meals less frequently, say 3. I like to have 5 or 6 meals, only because I'm a bit neurotic. I like to know that I'm spacing out the protein throughout the day. I'm fueling myself constantly, and I just feel better that way. So I'm not saying that in each meal you have to have exactly 30 grams of protein, but roughly a good amount of protein in each meal. Okay, and it should work out pretty well for most of you, because your protein is probably going to be one of the, or is the most important macro, and it will pretty much stay the same throughout your whole diet. The only things that might get changed a little bit would be carbs and sometimes fat, but protein pretty much stays the same. Okay, so we've gone through the breakfast, we've gone through what I kind of have as a snack. Then before workout, we looked at the after workout meals going into the middle of the day. Now, later on into the evening, if I'm going to have tuna, okay, I will have a bit of a tuna salad with only green veg. And that is when I'm on at least 2,000 calories. But if I'm on 2,000 calories lower, okay, or lower, then I won't really have much fish. I might take fish oil supplements, and then I can allow for some more variety vegetable like sweet corn, and make that with a bit of cucumber, a little bit of lettuce and chicken, and make that into a bit of a honey mustard salad. I normally get the lower calorie, lower fat honey mustard sauce, put that on. That works quite well. Depending where my calories are at later on in the evening, I will normally check on my Fitness Pal, and if I've got a little bit left, then I will normally finish off with a bit more of the Greek yogurt. This time, no fruit in there. The only thing I might put in is a tiny bit of honey or something like that. If I'm really low calorie and I'm really starting to get stupidly shredded, I might put a bit of, sweetener in there. And I won't have any fruit with that, especially later on in the evening, because Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, those types of protein, you might have heard of the supplement casein protein, that is in those protein sources, which basically has an advantage because it keeps giving you protein throughout the night into your body slowly as you're sleeping. Whereas whey protein, that is a more fast-acting protein that you would have maybe after your workout, after you've been to the gym, you lifted some weights and you want the fast hit of protein straight away. And in regards to supplements, as I dig deeper into the diet, I might have a pre-workout, but only when necessary, because you don't want to get addicted to too much pre-workout. Has happened to me in the past. Then, as well as that, I'm not taking any whey protein at the minute. My digestive system doesn't really work very well with whey protein or dairy, so that is another thing as well. Not too much dairy, and probably going to be better for you to get most of your protein from lean protein sources, because fish and steak, beef, they're a bit of a higher fat content. So things like your white meats, your turkey mince, your sausages, your chicken, those are going to be much better. So that is the end of today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching it, and I hope you learned something. You've seen what my fat loss diet is going to be like. Maybe in a few weeks' time I can do another video to show you the results. And if you haven't done already, make sure to download the free ebook that is in the link in the description. Really is going to help you out with your fat loss goals. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.